Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty, and I feel bad for Charlie Sheen. Despite his reckless behavior, I wouldn't wish bad health or a deadly disease on anyone. But it's interesting to remember that not too long ago, Charlie Sheen's catchphrase was, "Winning!" That didn't turn out so well, did it? What appeared to be winning at the time was actually losing. When you're in a mental haze, either due to mental illness or your mind is shrouded by the fog of drugs and alcohol, things aren't what they appear to be. I've been given a lot of thought to what President Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and leading Democrats like Bernie Sanders are doing and saying, and in many ways, they're on the same reckless path as Charlie Sheen. Many conservatives have noted over the years that liberalism equals mental illness. Just like Charlie Sheen, Obama and his socialist cabal are proving it every day. They actually think they're winning, but they're suffering from delusion. They may be headed for a similar rude awakening as Charlie Sheen. Hillary's husband, Bill Clinton, was elected twice by hiding his true liberal views and trying to appear like a moderate Southern Democrat. Obama was elected twice by hiding his true ultra-liberal views and trying to appear as a moderate and a uniter, not a divider. Today, those lessons are lost or forgotten. Today, virtually every position taken by Obama and Hillary is in direct opposition to the wishes of the majority of the American people. That's not just my opinion. Just look at the polls on every issue. The views and policies spewed and supported by Obama and Hillary are getting more and more extreme. America may be a center-right nation, or perhaps at times dead center, but one thing it's not is extreme radical left. Yet Obama, Hillary, and leading Democrats aren't even attempting to hide or moderate their views anymore. They're out of the closet. It's the full Monty, or you might say the full socialist. There's no hiding it anymore. They're loud, proud, and extreme left. Democrats can't even see center from their homes anymore, but they can sure see Mother Russia. Here are 15 key points and policies where Obama and Hillary and their socialist cabal think they're winning, but they're actually badly out of touch with the American people. Number one, Obama's refusal to halt or even pause the importation of Syrian refugees after the Islamic State attack on Paris. Polls show American voters overwhelmingly against Obama on the topic of importing Syrian refugees. Number two, Obama's refusal to not only enforce illegal immigration laws, but even more extreme, his use of executive action to legalize millions without bothering to get the approval of Congress. Polls show American voters are solidly against Obama on the topic of using executive action to legalize millions of illegal aliens. Number three, Obama's refusal to admit terrorism is tied to radical Islam. He won't even say the two words in the same sentence. Polls show American voters are solidly against Obama on his refusal to tie terrorism to Islamic extremism. Number four, Obama's refusal to come up with a consistent, well-thought-out strategy to combat ISIS. Polls show American voters are solidly against Obama on his game plan to defeat ISIS, simply because most Americans understand there is no game plan. Number five, Obama's refusal to admit Obamacare is a disaster that has killed jobs, damaged small business, stunted GDP growth, bankrupted state health insurance exchanges, and is bleeding middle-class Americans to death with dramatically higher premiums, deductibles, and copays. No matter how much the media tries to cover it up, they can't hide the truth from voters because the truth's in our monthly health care bills. Polls show American voters are solidly against Obamacare. Number six, Obama's refusal to drop his obsession with climate change and global warming, even though polls show a huge majority of Americans don't even rate it as important. In most national polls listing priorities, climate change is dead last. Number seven, Obama's refusal to reject the radical Black Lives Matter movement and his clear distaste and lack of respect for America's law enforcement. Polls show American voters are solidly against Obama on this topic. Number eight, Obama's refusal to come up with a realistic budget and any semblance of a plan to solve our current economic misery and malaise, ranging from only part-time jobs created to the worst workforce participation rate in modern history, to terrible retail sales, to terrible manufacturing numbers, to the worst GDP numbers in the history of America, with 7 straight years under 3% GDP growth for the first time ever. Polls show American voters solidly disapprove of Obama's handling of the economy. Number nine, Obama's refusal to admit that the jobs and inflation numbers released by government are pure theater, pure fraud. The people know the books are cooked. Just like with Obamacare, the people know what they hear in the media is a total scam because they know there are no decent full-time jobs. They can't find one. And they know everything they buy costs far more than 7 years ago because they're walking through a supermarket and they can see it with their eyes. Number 10, Obama's refusal to admit that gun control is not the answer to violence on our streets. They know, the American people, that Chicago has the strictest gun laws in the country and the most violence on its streets, with 50 shot and 20 killed on some weekends. That could be why each time Obama talks about the need for gun control, Americans go out and buy record quantities of guns. Polls show American voters solidly against Obama on the topic of gun control and the highest support for the Second Amendment in 25 years. Obama is the greatest gun salesman in world history. Number 11, Obama's refusal to admit that his foreign policies have failed miserably, including his support for the Arab Spring and his helplessness to stop or slow Putin and his infamous red line in the sand threat towards Syria's Assad regime. Polls show American voters solidly against Obama's foreign policy. Number 12, more specifically, American voters are overwhelmingly against Obama's Iran treaty. Number 13, Obama's rejection of the Keystone Pipeline to please his radical environmental supporters, despite his own State Department admitting it posed no environmental threat or impact. Polls show American voters solidly for Keystone and against Obama's rejection. Number 14, Obama's refusal to allow the prosecution of Lois Lerner or to even punish in any way the illegal actions of IRS employees who clearly chose to target and persecute conservative groups and critics like me. Forget punishment. The IRS employees involved receive bonuses. Polls show American voters solidly against Obama's handling of the IRS scandal. Number 15, Obama's continued obstruction of Congress, completely ignoring the Founding Fathers' desire for checks and balances on government. Polls show American voters solidly against Obama's overreach. Now, amazingly, Hillary Clinton is not only on board with Obama's agenda, in many instances she wants to go further to the left with spending, illegal immigration, importation of Syrian refugees, and gun control, or in her case, we should call gun confiscation. These views run clearly counter to the majority of Americans, and yet Democrats no longer care. The views of the citizens don't matter to Obama, Hillary, and their Kool-Aid drinking socialist cabal. Democrats are fooling themselves. Republican landslides in virtually every race last November, meaning November of 2014, and just this past November 2015 are signs of the anger and outrage. And it's only the tip of the iceberg. In reaction to this indifference, Obama has turned the vast majority of America almost completely red. In 7 years under Obama, Democrats have lost an unheard of 900 plus state legislature seats, 12 governors, 69 House seats, and 13 Senate seats. The silent majority has been awakened, and they're focused and motivated like never before to save America for their children and grandchildren. They'll also show up and vote in 2016 like never before. Why? Because they understand this indifference to the wishes of the American people has got to be punished like never before. Charlie Sheen was never winning. It only looked that way in his foggy, delusional state. Obama, Hillary, and their socialist cabal aren't winning either. It may look like that to them right now, but this isn't even close to winning. This isn't Abraham Lincoln's belief in government of the people, for the people, by the people. This is clearly government against the people. This is pure madness. I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty. God bless and save the United States of America. Bye-bye.